Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about They Live in the Grey. So I'm back with my Shudder Originals reviews. So yes, this is another Shudder release that it's coming out on February 17th, if I'm not mistaken. I'll just leave the date here. I'm just gonna warn you that this will probably be a short because I don't really have a lot to say about this film. I actually debated if I should review it, but I think I have enough to say. It just not a lot. So yeah, let's just get to it. So this film is about a girl, or I would say a woman, named Claire, that while investigating a case of child abuse, she discovers that this family is being haunted by a supernatural entity, and she tries to help the family, but in doing so she has to face her own demons. And yeah, that's basically, I think this is an appropriate summary of the film. It's pretty similar to what I saw on the internet, on Letterboxd, and whatnot. So yeah, the movie has a pretty good cast. From what I've seen, they are in well-known shows and movies. I'm not really familiar with most of the cast, only the little girl, which I'll get into. But the main actors are Michelle Krusick, hope I'm pronouncing her name right, and Ken Kirby, as well as Ellen Rowe, and the little girl is Madeline Grace, who is the little girl from Don't Breathe 2. So that's the only actress that I know. Actually, I do know Ellen Rowe. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Because she's in Final Destination 5. But I had to search her name because her face was really familiar to me, but her name wasn't. So yeah, that's where I know her from. But I'm pretty sure you will know some of the other actors because I think they are in big TV shows. So yeah, it's a fairly good cast. And post that, let's get to my thoughts. So I would say this is your typical supernatural horror movie with a distinctive cinematography. That's how I can put it. It follows some of the same patterns. It's a story that you have definitely seen before, and what makes it sort of unique is the approach, the directing style is really different, has some angles that are kind of weird, but at the same time I enjoy that. However, this movie has a huge flaw that I just couldn't get past, and it's the fact that it's super slow. It's a long movie, it's 2 hours long, and I'm not kidding, they could have cut 45 minutes and just made it an hour and 20, an hour and 30 movie, because there's a lot of things that just drag. Most of the scenes run for way too long. I kind of understand it because it's a way for you to feel the emotion, because one thing that I did like about the film is how it portrays grief. I really liked the main actress and how she expressed her feelings, because at times she's just not reacting, and that kind of just makes you angry and want something out of her. But at the same time, I kind of feel like that's how someone would react in a situation like this after some trauma. I think her portrayal of grief is pretty good. It's just not what you are expecting and what you're used to. And that's why most of the scenes run for a long time. But that just kind of annoyed me, and I was just really, really bored watching most of the film. Like the first, like 30 minutes, I would say, are okay, but then it just drags and drags, and yeah, like about 45 minutes, I was just annoyed and seriously waiting for the movie to end. And then the last 30 minutes were okay. They are super cliche, but I was invested and I wanted to see how everything would wrap up, and the climax of it all is good. But yeah, the middle portion of the film drags, and I was so annoyed. I just wanted it to end. And you already know that I'm not a fan of slow burns, and this one is definitely super slow. Something else that is really bad is the CGI. Fortunately, it just for a few seconds in one scene, it's really visible, but because it's just there, like I would say like 10 seconds, I can get past that because most of the effects are practical, like all the wounds, the blood, and yeah, all of that is practical, so I did enjoy that. But when they did use CGI, it was really bad, like really bad. But yeah, just the big flaw of this film, like what just makes me not like it, it's the pacing. If this film was like an hour and 20 minutes, I think it would be good. But because this drags for a long time, I just can't recommend it. But if you are a fan of slow burns, and if you are a fan of supernatural movies, because I'm not a fan of slow burns and I'm not really into supernatural stories, this wasn't for me. But if you like those things, maybe you will like this. Just be prepared for this movie to just drag and be really slow. Okay, post that, let's get to my scores. So overall, I give the film a 2 out of 5. Definitely not the worst film I've seen. I did like the story and I liked the characters, I liked the cinematography, I liked how some things were handled. But because this dragged so much, I had to just not give it like a good score. I know it's not for me, but I don't think it's a bad film. It's just, yeah, I've said it, it's not really my thing. Cinematography, I give it a 3 out of 5. I did enjoy most of the shots. They are like really unique. However, as I said, some scenes just drag for a long time, and some shots are just really stagnant. They need a little more movement. So because of that, the film feels even more slow. But it's a unique cinematography. And originality, I give it a 2 out of 5. I do think, like, as I said, the grief aspect is original, but overall the story is pretty similar to other films. I can't really name the one that I think it's really similar to, because you'll guess the whole movie. But yeah, it's really similar to other supernatural movies, haunted houses, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not really original. So yeah, guys, these are my thoughts on They Live in the Gray. If you do end up watching this one, let me know in the comments your thoughts. Let me know if this is your type of thing, because I feel like this film is some people's taste. I know it's not mine, but I know a lot of people like supernatural slow burns. So if you are one of those people and you do end up watching the film, let me know your thoughts and if you felt the runtime, because maybe it's just a me thing that I'm not really into these type of films, and because of that I did feel the runtime. If you are like me and not really into this subgenre, and you did watch it, let me know as well. And yeah, I think that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!